First of all, can we get out of that narrative that being alone means you're lonely? I have gone to places now like a few times alone, and I have felt the most alive. Like the most. I mean, it's yourself. Like if you can't be comfortable with yourself, I mean, imagine that. Like you have to live with yourself every day. I always kept waiting around, and I realized, you know what? If I keep waiting, I'm never gonna end up doing it. And to me, that's scarier than getting to do it alone. Hey guys, it's Eugenie. Welcome back to my channel. Or hi if you're new. I feel like I'm gonna have to change my intro because it's giving like 2018. If I even posted in that year, I think I did. Anyways, I decided that I'm gonna start doing a few videos, just kind of giving advice on certain things that I feel like, hold on a second, this always happens, one earring is missing every single time. I decided that I'm going to start doing some videos, just kind of giving advice on things that I feel like I can give advice on, because I've been working on it through I've been working on these things myself, and I talk to myself a lot. I am the person that gives myself the most advice, like, call me crazy. To be fair, I've been seeing some videos and I've been seeing people in comment sections saying that they're glad that other people do this. I'm like, I'm starting to find my people. I'm starting to find the people that like to talk to themselves as well. Well, honestly, I feel like people that talk to themselves are actually the most sane people. I really do. Like you're convinced it's the other way around, like they're loop to loop. Anyways, if you want to call me that, that's fine. Like I don't mind. So today's topic is going to be about why you should get comfortable being alone. This is something that I've been working on for a while, and to be fair, I've been put in situations since I was young that I had no choice but to be alone. So I think it's really easy or easier for me than maybe some of the people that they've always had someone around to kind of I've had people to lean on, but I'll get into it. I'm gonna make a deeper video about that. This tea, it's a bit too sweet. Anyway, so the reason why I'm doing content like this as well is because I've been doing things. Oh my god, my dog. Can you not right now, Olivia? It's gonna hate me. The reason why, oh my god, the sun. Oh my god, this is why my videos end up being too long. Okay, I'm sorry guys, it's not gonna be the average kind of YouTuber. It's gonna be this quick video. Like it's not gonna happen. Anyways, quick thing, I'm doing content like this and I want to do a topic like this because I've been getting more into doing things solo trips and everything like that, and I'm planning on doing more content. But when you guys are watching this, I would have already had like about 4 videos out now on solo trips. So, and it's going to continue being that way because I really enjoy them, and I really want to encourage people to start doing them because I think too many people, including myself when I was younger as well, like 16, like 15, 16, you know, felt like, oh, I need friends to do everything with. I need friends. And it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You can still do it. You can still enjoy yourself, but the only way to enjoy yourself is to actually love being by yourself and like love your own company. So yeah, so the first point I want to make is you should get comfortable being alone because it helps you to create your own narrative. And this is something that I feel like links in with individuality as well. You need to be able to live your life for yourself, and if you're constantly feeling like you need to be around people, you need to have a bunch of friends to have fun with, to do things with, oh, I can't go to this concert, I can't go to this place, I can't do this, I can't go to that cafe, everything, you know, where is the time for you to live your life? Where is the time for you to create your own narrative, create your own storyline, next chapter? Like, this is your life. Like, girl, don't. This is the thing, I get so like irritated when I see people not wanting to live their life because they're stuck. Because I can see myself in them and I'm like, you can do these things, but you need to realize that you can. Oh my god, this sun though, I'm sorry, it's gonna keep distracting me. This sunlight, melanin and sun, unmatched. Anyways, I'm sorry. It's important to really think, what do I want in my life? Because at the end of the day, we're not going to come back. Like, let me cut straight to the point. We're not going to come back. And if you are going to keep living your life for other people, you're going to keep waiting around for people. That was my issue. I always kept waiting around. And I realized, you know what? If I keep waiting, I'm never going to end up doing it. And to me, that's scarier than getting to do it alone. You know what I mean? It's scarier to wait around for people. And then, you know, you're constantly depending on them and needing them. And in reality, this whole time, you could have booked that coach ticket, you could have booked that plane ticket, you could have booked whatever ticket, even if it was in the same city that you live in, you could have just went and done what you wanted to do. And I also think it helps because it also radiates this energy of you not needing people. And I feel like there's a balance, right? There's nothing wrong with having people, having friends, all that stuff. It's good to have connections and create good relationships with people. But sometimes I think there's others that out there that will feed off of that energy, and they will feed off of you needing them, and it creates this imbalance in relationships where now it's like you have this person who thinks they own you, and like, you know what I mean, you do everything they tell you to do, like, yeah, just so that you can have them around you, you know. But I really think that creating your own narrative is so fun. Like, you have the power, like, it's like you have the pen. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Once Upon a Time. I love that show so much. I actually binge watched it twice. Like, that was a show that really got me through so much, like, when I got out of the situation when I was younger. So like that, I love that show. But there's a part in that show where it's talking about long story short, like, the storytelling, there's basically a author who writes like all these fairy tales and brings like the characters to life and everything that they do. So like, they write the stories, right, and then they live it out. And that's what life reminds me of. It's your book. You have the pen. Listen, nobody else can write your story but you. So even if someone's mistreating you and you're allowing them to mistreat you, or you're allowing them to, you know, act up in your life in some type of way or anything, you do have control over how much you do tolerate in the end, and setting those boundaries. Do you know what I mean? You have the control over it. No one has the power over you. Like, you create what's going on here. And I think people forget that, because obviously reality is always moving so fast that we forget that we actually do have control over a lot of other things. I know that the world wants you to believe that you have no control over anything, but you do. One thing for sure, you have control over how much you tolerate. You have the pen, you have the book, you have the paper, you have everything, you have the ink, like you have everything to be able to control what you want in your life and what you do. And I really want to encourage people that if you are afraid of doing things alone, being alone, don't be. I mean, it's yourself. Like, if you can't be comfortable with yourself, I mean, imagine that. Like, you have to live with yourself every day. Every day you are the one getting up. You know exactly what's going on up here. You know what your daily routine, like, some things you don't even realize you're doing it because it's so ingrained in your soul to be doing those things every day, right? I know people want to like make jokes about, oh my god, main character, but that's literally what it is. Like, you wake up as yourself every day. In your life, you are the main character. Do you know what I mean? That you are, yes, you can go on to the conversation that you're not the main character in everyone else's life, obviously, and vice versa, but you still are the main character in your own life. So I need to go put some more water in this. It's all right. So the next point I want to make, because it links in really well with the last point that I was just making, is it prevents you from being codependent on people. Oh my gosh. So, little backstory. I already mentioned I had issues when I was younger, like in secondary school, where I felt like, you know, I needed to be dependent, I needed to have friends to do things with. And I have been in a few situations where we were, so I was the type where I was quite, you know, like when you're in that mix, you're like the popular person, but not the popular person. Like, you're just kind of like in the middle. Everyone's kind of cool with you. It's one of them. That's how it was in school. I really hate these categories, like, in school. It makes me fucking cringe. I hate it so much. Like, what the? Anyways, so I had people that, you know, we were like friends, but I kind of knew like our vibe didn't click. They just weren't the kind of friends that you should have. Like, just nope. Toxic, all that stuff. I was put in situations though where I had to do things alone. So like one example was we was meant to go to the movies, nobody showed up, nobody wanted to come, so I ended up going by myself, which is what it is. I think it was Smurfs 2, I don't know, it was Smurfs something. And I don't know if that's happened once or twice or something, but also don't really want to put too much out there, but I didn't like my home, so that's what I'm gonna say. Didn't like it there. I might make a deeper video in the future about it, but for now I'm just gonna keep it very like, was a very toxic household, didn't like it, didn't like going home. So it kind of helped me. I was like, okay, do I go home or do I just go to the movie still? So I would kind of, at like 15, 16, I was already doing that. I was like, do you know what, I'm just gonna do it anyways. And instead of like, do you know what I mean? Instead of waiting around for people and being like, oh, okay, I won't do it. You know, there were times where I wanted to do other things where you actually like needed maybe an adult, like it was going to like a concert or something like that. But now I've already gone to my first concert ever. If you guys have already watched that video, solo, and I loved it so much, enjoyed it, like would do it again, 10 out of 10 would recommend. So those were some of the circumstances I was kind of put through just randomly. It kind of dropped me in, but I'm kind of grateful that those things happened, because I think it got me to this point now where I'm comfortable being able to do things alone even more. You guys have no idea how shy and timid I used to be. That's what I'm gonna say. Now I'm out here doing things by myself, like going to different cities, You know, I went out of the country for the first time ever, and that was also by myself. Because I was just like, I'm not gonna keep waiting for people. I can't do it. And you know what? It feels so draining. Like when you can feel you want to do things, you want to live your life, but you just don't ever get around to it because you keep waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting around for people. And I also feel like through that time though, like before then, you kind of have this energy when you kind of recognize. When you start to recognize certain patterns and things that you start doing, you realize that it's actually a state of you being codependent. Like you keep depending on people to be there in order for you to actually live. And when I realized that, I was like, that's really sad and that's scary, because at the end of the day, we was all born alone. So we're twins, okay? Yes, they were born kind of together, but they still had to pop out by themselves. You know what I mean? And, you know, we're all gonna die alone as well. I know it sounds kind of sad, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, not alone like that, but you know what I'm trying to say. So the girls that get it, okay, and the boys that get it. But like, that's just why I realized that that's so sad. Like waiting around for people to do things that you love doing when you could meet people though. Like, do you know what I mean? You can meet people through those things. You don't have to wait to have someone at the start of the race or whatever. You don't have to have someone with you at the start of the line for you to then do what you want to do. So, you know, and I think it can start to go into other parts of your life. You start to be dependent on them for other things as well. And sometimes I think it can start to break relationships down where you, maybe that person is okay doing things alone, but you're not. So now now they're getting irritated that you keep leaning on them and you keep kind of, you know, leeching onto them so much. And people can feel when you're leeching, by the way, because I had that happen to me, and it was irritating. It was irritating. It was in a different way, but it was still like, you know what I mean? It isn't nice. Like, it's not nice, that feeling of someone being, you know, like, just being on your shoulder. It's like, oh my God, free yourself. Like, feel like, you know what I mean? Be your own person. And I love that. I would look, anyone that does things solo, I love it so much. Like, props to people that do things by themselves, because I feel like this world tries to convince you that you need to fear, you know, being alone, and oh my God, you have no. It's like, first of all, can we get out of that narrative that being alone means you're lonely? I have gone to places now, like a few times, like alone, and I have felt the most alive, like the most. Sometimes there's people out there like me where we just really love and thrive in our own space, our own energy. We don't need to be waiting on everyone else. Like, I don't, honestly, people might say it's toxic, but I don't like when people say you need people in that sense. Like, you don't need to have someone with you all the time. So no, but I think it's very toxic, and it can get really bad, like on either end, if you are the person that's like depending on the other person, or if you are on the receiving end, because it's not healthy and it doesn't feel good. And I think it just stops you, again, from the first point, it stops you from creating your own narrative, because you keep waiting around for that other person. And it's like, imagine you want to go to the movies, and then you're like, you know, you really, 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 really want to watch that movie, right? And the same thing's going to happen, by the way. Like, I get the vibe might be a little bit different having someone there, but it's still going to be, you're still going to watch the same movie. You can still get the same snacks, all that good stuff. But instead, you're sitting around like, never mind. And the movie's still there for the next couple of weeks, and then you don't watch it. And then afterwards, like, what do you do then? It's like that whole time you could have done it. That whole time, by the way, you've just wasted how many days waiting around for people when you could have just done it by yourself, and it still would have been fun. And you know what? The whole you can't knock it till you try it. If you've never done it before, how do you know you're not going to like it? But then sometimes when people say that to me, I'm like, oh, I already know, like, da, 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 da. But at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't start to put yourself out there, you're never going to know how it could actually turn out for you. And you might really enjoy doing things alone. But yeah, the last point I want to make is it helps you to discover yourself. And this is something that I love so much. Self-discovering is so fun. I'm sorry, people that are so obsessed with other people and celebrities, like 24/7 in their business. I'm obsessed with my business. What am I doing? What's going on with me? What do I like? What gets on my nerves? Like, what triggers me? What do I need to work on? Where did it come from? What do I really love and enjoy? It's not always negative. You know what I mean? Like, what do I love? What do I enjoy? What brings me happiness? What gives me peace? Do you know what I mean? How do you do that if you're constantly like around everyone else all the time, thinking about them, talking about other people, drama? You might not realize it, but the more you do that, the less you focus on yourself. And that is very, well, I don't want to say it's sad, but at the same time, like for me, like if that was me, I would find it sad, because I'm also great. I have great things. I have great attributions. I need to know about myself too. What is it was about everybody else? Like, sorry, you know, it's okay to gossip here and there, but to be honest, gossip to me feels very draining. I'm not And whenever someone's telling me about stuff, I'm just like, I zone out. It's got to the point where I really zone out. People that say everyone loves to gossip, I'm not everyone. So like, I'm not everyone. I don't like the gossip. Like, honestly, it's boring. It bores me out. It really does. Yeah. I was gonna say, if it's like about like my bias or something, like, okay, but that's not even gossip. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if you'd call that gossip, maybe, but like gossip in terms of talking about other people, like in that sense, like the negatives, it's just draining. But it really helps you to discover yourself, and I think that's an important thing that people need to realize. Like, discover yourself, figure out what you like, and it helps you to then figure out what would you want to do alone, what would you start to feel comfortable doing alone, if that's the things that you really like to do. It's a healthy thing, and it helps you to recognize, you know, certain things, you know, flaws that you need to work on, like maybe how you react to certain things. You know, it naturally just puts you in a state of mind of self, right? Not selfish, but I'm saying self. And also, a good level of selfishness is good. So yeah, you need that so that you can help yourself. You know, like you need selfishness so you can help yourself. So discovering yourself is a very important thing. Like, there's been things I've discovered about how I would want, like, maybe future relationships to be, or how I would want, just, it's little things. Like, I've noticed things about like aesthetics that I even like, that I didn't even realize, and now I'm like, you know what, I'm not really a beach girl, I'm more of a mountain. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's very odd, because I'm just like, okay, I like things like random, but it really helps you to like see things that you like, different tastes of music, like, but if you're constantly around the same thing, that's just what you get used to. You're just like, okay, and you kind of just stick with it, when in reality that might not be what you like. It might just be something that you're comfortable with, but it's not necessarily you. Same with like your fashion, your style. That's something that I'm getting into even more, and I'm realizing, you know, certain styles that I want to go into, that I like. It's just fun. Honestly, it's fun. And to end it off with, if you just start to discover yourself as well, and there's more things that you start to love and appreciate about yourself, one, it will make you happier, and two, it will make you feel more comfortable doing things alone. Obviously, a lot of people, I think it links in, they don't like doing things alone because they don't like themselves. I've seen people say this, like they've said, I don't like myself, or they feel bored by themselves, and I'm like, okay, I don't feel bored by myself. Like, I don't know if that's, maybe it's rare, I don't know. I don't know if it's rare, but I like being by myself. I like my own energy. I think I'm fun. I can literally make myself laugh. Like, I chill myself out. I really am my own best friend in a sense. Like, I've had to be from a young age. So, hello? Are you okay? That was, I don't know if you guys heard that. That was like a growl and a half. That was scary. Okay, anyways, it will help you to become more comfortable and, you know, being by yourself, because you know that you can trust yourself, you can lean on yourself, you can enjoy the time by yourself because you discovered yourself, and now you love yourself. You know, it's all about self. And don't let people convince you that it's bad to do that. I think it's bad to be depending on people and expecting everyone to always be there 24/7. Like, you're not going to be able to be there for somebody else 24/7 as well. But who you are going to be there for all the time is you. So that's the tea. That's the cup of tea. That isn't that nice. I'm talking about this one. That tea's nice, but this tea, yeah. I'm normally good at making tea, but I don't know what happened to this one. It's okay. It's okay. I had to water it down, and that kind of tastes more like water. That's so nice. Anyway. That is the end of this video. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I feel like my makeup looks so good today. Like, wow, my hair and makeup. I have not worn my hair like this in a while. I was going to put it up because I normally have it up in like a bun, like 2 space buns. And I was like, you know what? Switch it up a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't like wearing my afro too much. This is blown out. But I don't like wearing my afro too much because I don't like you like getting comfortable. I don't like it when people get comfortable and they know what I'm going to do next. Like, you don't know how I'm going to show up next time. Maybe I'll be like this for a whole week, and then next thing you know, it's just a whole different vibe. Could be bold again, who knows? Like, 2020 bold me was a vibe. It was a vibe. Anyways, oh my god, why am I like this? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you guys want any more topics like this, what topics to do. I do have a long list already, but maybe you guys might pick one that I already have written down, and I can do that one next. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. Also, I don't know, do I say my name too fast, guys, at the beginning of the video? Because I feel like I say my name really quick, and I wonder if people catch it. It's Eugenie, by the way. It's huge. I'm also very sensitive about that. I hate when people don't get my name right. Like I get triggered easily, like over that. It's like, can you not say the IE at the end? Why are you calling me Eugene? Eugene's a boy's name. Anyways, I'm going. Bye.